Good morning. Thank you for being here on this cloudy Warsaw morning. It's Saturday, so you are all heroes. Applause. It's third edition of BelTech, and it's third edition of this very panel. Like 20 months ago, there was like a first BelTech, and first time when after 2021, people gathered together and started to discuss what's happening with outsourcing or like service business in general. And that was like the most optimistic discussion I've seen, because everyone were saying that talent war is over. Now we can afford to hire best software developers. Winter will end, spring will come, and everything is going to be beautiful. And no one mentioned AI at all. Next discussion was like 10 months ago in this very room, and everyone was not like, how to say, like in denial phase anymore. Everyone was kind of like upset, I don't know, saying that we need to adapt, to die. It's nothing new in this in this statement, but it was there, and everyone was discussing. We're discussing like if AI is a threat or is it opportunity? Is our business model is dead, and we need to do like products or something else? And now like 10 more months and we're here. Like as far as I see, everyone is alive. So maybe like it's the next stage of acceptance or something like that. So let's try to figure out if anything works now, or we're just pretending we're still alive. And I'd like to my first question to go to Dmitry Karpovich. Dmitry Karpovich is kind of like outsourcing veteran and founder of Oxagile, one of the oldest and the most reputable service companies with Belarusian roots. And Dmitry, if we compare like Oxagile in 2021 and Oxagile now, like what changed? What fundamental practice or belief of that time seem absurd today?
Hi everyone, can you hear me well? Okay, good morning. Actually, 2021 is...
It's like a last...
It's like my previous life. I remember a little about what was going on like 4 years ago, but I can remember what was going on like 20 years ago. I don't know why, but... and you're right, that 20 years ago, that was a huge like advantage, like having like not expensive engineers just looking for jobs and being able to offer them and just sit and wait for requests from customers from the US. And yeah, that works like smoothly. So we didn't even had to do any advertising or anything. Like speaking of 4 years ago, I would say that we've been always dreaming about the transformation. So from maybe the second or from the third year, like 17 years ago, we've been dreaming about becoming a like consulting company, which is not just like selling people, but which is like solving problems of customers. It was written down in our values and mission and everything. But that turned to be a little bit harder than I thought. So it actually took us almost 20 years to actually start doing it. So I think that this transformation went through 17 plus years is actually happening now, and also thanks to AI, basically. So I couldn't imagine, like even last year, not 4 years ago, I couldn't imagine that it will be possible to solve real customer pains, problems, businesses issues, such quickly and in such an effective way. So yeah, I think that that's the main difference for the 17 years that we finally starting to implement our mission and vision, and AI helps us in that. So yeah, and basically, I don't know how much time do I have to speak, but another big difference is that after 20 years, I was thinking that, okay, probably I can just, I don't know, maybe become less operational with the company. I handed off the job of the CEO to another person. That was a year ago. But okay, that is something that actually didn't work. I mean, it works from the point of view that all of the operational administrative stuff I don't like to do was handed off, and I'm happy I'm not doing it anymore. But on the other hand, to help the company to transform, to help the company to adapt to the new reality, with all the AI stuff which is going on around, and our customers are always asking, like even last year, the customers were asking, okay, how much will you save me with AI? Right, so give me your old estimate. How would you do that, like before the AI, and give me the new estimate and show me the difference. How you will save my money with it. Okay, so that was happening a year ago. These days, everybody is expecting by default, and to help the company to transform to this new reality and help like our I wouldn't say old engineers. Like we have like the average age of the company like 30 plus. They are not old. They're like some oldest guys are even more proactive in terms of adapting of AI. I'm old in terms of age, but there are young ones who are not adapting that fast. And to be able to help the company to transform, I had to like roll up my sleeves and go and learn AI myself, very like hands-on, and building a couple of POCs. And that actually worked. Help people understand and realize, okay, it really works, so I can use it for me as well.
So, am I right? You are like completed this transformation, and now you deliver not mythical man hours, but solutions.
No, that would be too like exaggeration. I would put it this way. But I'm actually now seeing how it can work. We have like a couple of new initiatives which are like executed in this way. And what is really important is that I don't know if it's suitable for any company, for sure not so, but sometimes founders have to roll their sleeves and not just telling people, hey, you have to use AI, but to show them how to use it. And then they start to believe, oh, they really care. Oh, it can really work. So something like that.
Like great. Like I'd like to ask, like Sergey, like your transformation includes building own venture studio. Do you think like it's working?
Yeah, actually, it's not very related to our outsourcing business because it's very separate from Symfa as the outsourcing company. But I think that radical changes have been done in Symfa just recent year, and it's related to AI coding tools, for example, AI IDs, development environments, etc., etc. So right now we can observe like some developers perform like 80-90% better. And in general, I think in our company, if you check like average performance, it's like 20 to 30% improvement. And we are talking about the same demand, right? And probably it's not only our company like that, and it's still evolving. So I think that we can expect like 50% improvement of performance, maybe 70 next years. So I think that the paradigm when we like do outstaffing business is completed now. So businesses which work in the paradigm are completely in desperate situation, I think. So we have changed that in terms of marketing, in terms of our process. We work with more with solutions, work more with value propositions, like specific one, very, very dedicated and detailed, and it works much better than like custom software development company or dedicated team, etc., etc. So I think it's already coming to the end, at least in our company, but I observe it in other companies also.
Okay, Sergey.
Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. Well, in terms of 5 years, I think lots of people, as Dmitry mentioned, remember that 2021 was the year of hypergrowth, when no one actually needed to search for customers, I think. The only question was how to increase the price. So since 2022 until 2024, it was a period, especially for Belarusian business, I think it was a period of adaptation, of resilience and optimization. And well, in 2025, obviously, right now it's a period of massive investments into AI and readiness for AI-enabled growth, which is happening across the industry. It's also for its, as I understand, Dmitry is the case, and certainly for EPAM too. And this is the key drivers for that are it's AI native engineering by means of adoption or application of AI throughout the whole software development lifecycle. It's also investment into industry knowledge in order to create solutions which are balancing innovation and domain knowledge, and so to make it practical, applicable. It's also data modernization by means of creating composable architecture, by means of data modernization, enabling APIs as well. And it's talent depth, which EPAM was always strong about. But right now, it's not probably only EPAM, but many companies which are doubling right now efforts and investments into creating or adding capabilities and knowledge and skills for people who are able to lead pragmatic AI adoption. So we know that AI has become a hot topic and lots of companies are trying to adopt it everywhere, but the pragmatic aspect is extremely important right now. What is fading, and it probably was fading previously, but right now is fading even faster, is simple lift and shift. If you're talking about migration without any data modernization, it's pure staff augmentation. So body shops seem to be not successful anymore and don't have any future. And building any undifferentiated custom builds, something that a company cannot provide any additional value and something that can be easily replaced by software as a service or by low code. So I think these are things which are being observed right now primarily.
Yeah, thank you. And Vasili, products seems to be next next option to save business model. You do both products and services. What do you think?
Yeah, okay. First of all, thanks a lot for organizers for inviting myself and my attorney. Surprisingly, I recognize that I'm taken for an industry expert. For the second time I'm presenting at this panel discussion. The previous one was 2 years ago. So from general point of view, selling services and selling products does not differ at all. So the services is product as well. So you are either selling the the 1 month of such a named engineer, or you are selling the product you are developing from the full life cycle of the software. It's the same. So, when we talk about the product, selling licenses for software instead of selling the manpower, it has the major difference. That when you are selling services, the man hours, the projects, the software development projects, you have a very high cost of goods sold, when you know what I mean. So the top line of the profit and loss. And you are limited. Your scaling is limited with people. So to take to make 2x more revenue, you have to hire 2.5x more people. And your processes become more complicated just because of a lot of interconnection between people and so on. So your growth is limited with that. with the nice product with selling licenses or so, yeah, so your scalability is way higher, yeah, so it's only limited with your commercial success. That means marketing and sales, yeah. From that point of view, it's much more perspective, yeah. We all know, yeah, there are good, and big and financially successful cases like EPAM, yeah, who is making the services, yeah. But way more, we know the smaller companies, yeah, who are making similar revenue and who are evaluated at the market way higher, yeah, having just like 50 or 100 employees, yeah. So from business point of view, it's much more perspective, I would say, if that was the question.
Yeah, thank you. So we're thank you for bridging us to sales, and I'd like to ask, maybe Olga first, what changed with sales cycle today, versus 4 years ago? What finally makes customers to sign?
Okay, thank you for the question, Artiom, and hi everyone. I really think we need to think over for an attorney like Vasili has, and I totally agree that services and products usually sell the same, in the same way, and usually they come together. Just to step back, my name is Olga Orekhvo, and I'm working, I've been for the last decade in technical, in a risk technology, working with the banks and financial institutions, one of the most conservative clients that you can imagine, like healthcare as well. In my role as Chief Operating Officer, I'm responsible for operational excellence. And over this time, I've seen how the outsourcing sales have evolved. So a few years ago, usually a sales discussion with the potential customer would start and end with numbers. How many developers you can onboard, or how much does it cost? This message no longer resonates right now. Today, the decision makers, they want to receive 3 things from you. First is the evidence that you can deliver and deliver on time and on budget. Second is the clarity of what problem you solve. And third is a compliance. Compliance that you can work in a compliant way. Sorry for tautology. So that means that they no longer want to receive just simply a headcount of developers. They want to receive an outcome with assurance. So when you approach a client, don't use buzzwords. Don't use these fancy words that you hear in the industry, even when you communicate with the peers. I need to say that the way we sell before, relying on labor arbitrage, works no more. So this is obsolete. You need to prove to your prospect that what you deliver, except for the cost, but increasing the value of what you deliver. And like Dmitry said, that competitors, clients usually ask, how much will it cost right now with AI? And we try to change this approach with bringing more value, like not decreasing our rates, not decreasing the our estimates on how we contract the client. We do this with the additional value. So another aspect that is important for sales and marketing and operational excellence is, I think, the sources, the channels that you use for finding your clients. And in sales for financial industry, I would say not much has changed recently, but and the approach, the pattern is still quite conservative. But I know that Sergey has a vast experience with working with professional platforms like LinkedIn and Upwork, so probably you can add more.
Yeah. Well, we also work in some kind of classical conservative business like insurance. it's a big part of our company, but we also work on general market. And there is a lot of fun here, and especially with modern tools like AI. So, and the customer has changed very, very, very greatly. Like if they came to us before and asked for a development team or a dedicated team, or maybe for some developer of React and Node.js, etc. Now they come to us and ask to solve specific solution which they faced during vibe coding. So they're literated enough. They know what is CI/CD, what is backend, what is front end, all the stuff. So it's changed, and that's why we need to propose them more specific value proposition for their needs, for their pain, to relieve the pain. And to do that, we actually use a lot of different, like Olga said, we use Upwork, for example, freelancer marketplace to validate our value propositions. We created platform, etc., automations to do that. And it's the easiest platform to validate your value proposition, because you can, like, within a few weeks do that. And you don't have anything like that anywhere in the world now. And also there is a huge demand, like 10,000 projects posted daily. And if you don't have demand there, potentially your value proposition is either unique or maybe nobody wants it. Also, we have a lot of fun with AI agents, and now we scrape signals from online pages, so to speak, to figure out who is in need of our solutions automatically. Then the agents can contact the people, find them on LinkedIn, communicate a little bit, and take over to real salespeople. So it's all automatic. Like lead generation is completely like AI powered, and it gives us like a few leads a day, and it's what's working in 2025 for us at least. What we also invest, well, it was outbound. I think for inbound, we started to invest in generative engine optimization and answering engine optimization instead of SEO. And I think that it will work at least like for a couple of years for sure. Also, I think standard things like road shows and partnerships. Yes, we partner with some startups and help them to sell the products better with additional value of our company as a development. And together we have like 3-win scheme, like because customers often need not only the product but also some kind of integrations. It works pretty well, yes. What doesn't work? PPC advertisement doesn't work today for us at least. For us, what I think directories like Clutch or GodFirms, at least paid advertising there doesn't work. Any kind of cold email or LinkedIn outreach doesn't work, or very, very low performance. And I would like also to add some words about sales pipeline. And for us, it's also changed a lot. We can automate estimation, specifications, even sometimes we deliver prototypes or MVPs within minutes or hours to our clients during the sales process. Before it was like days or weeks. But the main point I wanted to emphasize that even now in 2025, only people can actually sell to other people. So it's not possible for AI to sell. To close the deal. And that's why such values like, transparency, trust, respect, good communication, good culture of customer service is still in a good value. So it's kind of what's working now, yeah.
Okay, I'd like to wrap it up. Like, thank you very much. Like, really useful. Like, question to Sergey. Like, we're like not only in new business reality, but also in new like legal reality. So maybe can you mention like some legal concerns of that often like kills deals before like sales even start? Like, what's like? Okay, like you are being annoyed being contacted with some AI bot and you don't want to buy from this company. I think it's, but from legal perspective?
Oh, I don't think it's going to be something super unique, something that people are not facing. So obviously, things like IP ownership is often something that is given deals or sanctions issues, and it's I think last years has become more and more often topic for discussions during the negotiations. In terms of marketing or sales transformation, I would like to cover maybe slightly from slightly different angle, which I'm observing is, well, customers obviously are acting differently in comparison like it was previously. And lots of them are advised by big tech, or they are inspired by big tech companies that AI will replace software development companies completely in a couple of years. So basically, why should they invest now if generative AI is going to replace everybody in a year or two? So better to keep the budget with you and not to invest anything at all. Obviously, this creates, they understand it's not happening. It didn't happen a year ago. It didn't happen half a year ago. Not happening right now. So they actually have to invest. But this creates pressure on sales. At the same time, in this AI world, or AI hype world, so to speak, customers or companies are acting differently in terms of acquiring as well. I know that here probably lots of startuppers, I think, at least from a gender, that could be expected. And quite a lot of B2B startups don't have expertise in terms of how largest enterprises work, and such kind of gap often needs a big industrial leader partner, like EPAM, for example. And if I may speak, that EPAM helped a lot of startups already. So since inceptions, companies like Flow or PandaDoc, they were assisted by EPAM since the creation. And right now they're unicorns. And this is something that companies like EPAM can help with, navigating the problems of big enterprises, expectations, how they operate, and creating a value proposition. So I think that for startups, it used to be important even 5 years ago, but right now in AI hype world, it's becoming even more and more important. And it's becoming more and more obvious that even equity like venture funds or other kind of investors that are coming to big software engineering companies, also to EPAM, and asking to assess their portfolio companies in order to help them to enable AI into them and to create the right value proposition for future customers.
So, just like Vasily, like 1 second, just like to wrap it all up, is compliance complexity increases or decreases? Like I think I know the answer, but could you like comment, like as someone who?
Do you want the quick answer? Do you want to have fair answer? So the quick answer will be yes, but in terms of how it increased, I think lots of people here in the room, they already know about this. But obviously, even from, if you compare business in 2020 and 2025, so like in 2020, lots of companies existed probably in a couple of jurisdictions, at least in Belarusian business companies that had 100 or 500 people. They only operated in Belarus or in the United States or someone in United Kingdom, and that's it. Right now, these companies are operating in Poland, in Lithuania, in Georgia, in Bulgaria, Cyprus, UK, US, at the same time with the same headcount, like 100 or 500 people. Obviously, this increases the level of complexity in terms of IP, in terms of employment, in terms of all these transactional issues that relates to cross-border transactions obviously became much more complicated. We're talking about sanctions topic, which I think I mentioned previously. Of course, I don't think that many of you remember this topic in 2019 or 2020. Okay. So there were some sanctions against Russia, I understand, but right now, half probably of people here know about the application of US sanctions, about UK sanctions, about European Union sanctions, and some countries, they have individual, their own country-specific sanctions, which needs to be considered, especially in terms of these cross-border transactions. If you're talking about EU level, for example, there is this Network and Information System Directive, NIS2, that imposes cybersecurity requirements for companies, and which is quite controversial in terms of adoption on national level. And we are seeing that even first-tier legal firms, they are making like completely wrong statements about how it should be applied. And this relates directly to software development companies. It's Digital Operational Resilience Act, which is applicable primarily for financial services, but also hit software development companies. It's which is coming right now, European Union Equal Pay Directive. And I think that lots of you already know about it and are going to comply with it. And last but not least is the increased level of scrutiny of tax and migration bodies. I think that it's probably seen even in social media, right? That migration bodies are right now looking at people much more thoroughly, and same with tax bodies, right? I mean, like it never happened. Such level of details and such level of scrutiny and analysis, I don't think anybody's seen 5 years ago like it's happening right now. So bank accounts block and many other things like that. So yeah, investment into legal capabilities is a very right decision right now.
Oh, it sounds so sad. Like Vasili, maybe you can add and.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, I must tell that I have a quite specific vision on the industry and its future. Yeah. So if someone is too sensitive, you should leave the room, because you can get damaged. Yeah, by that info. So 2 years ago, when I was presenting at this panel, yeah, it was called like something like the marketing and sales in the conditions of smaller demand, yeah, something like that, yeah. So it exposed the worry the participants were in, yeah. So that they really accepted the fact that the demand is going down, and what we are gonna do with that. So first answer was, okay, we are modifying the marketing and sales, and that time, my opinion, caused a big wave of hate, I would say. And next one, smaller but still strong, of appreciation. Yeah, that time I said, okay, folks, the marketing and sales, it's nice, and all of us have it weak. Yeah, because for decades, sales were very easy. You were just like in McDonald's. Yeah, so the free cashier. Yeah, and that's why all of us had very weak marketing and very strong recruitment team. Yeah, that time in my marketing and sales, there were like 5 persons and like 15 in recruitment. Yeah, and that time in 2 years ago, I said, okay, folks, marketing and sales would not help us. Yeah, modifying it. Going closer to the customer, to opening the offices in the United States, going MENA, going somewhere else. It does not help because, first of all, the demand is going down, the winter is coming, and in my humble opinion, it will, develop that way. And the second reason was that we were selling a really bad product. Yeah, the key reason for not believing in future of outsourcing, at least in that way we were doing it for the last decade. Yeah, so it was dramatically bad quality of the product we are delivering. Yeah, and first of all, selling cherries in cherry garden. Yeah, it's a bad idea. Yeah, when all the LinkedIn is imagine with the green signs open to work. Yeah, selling the making outstuffing. Yeah, it makes no sense. Yeah. What we called the custom software development, that means the full cycle development and so on. We produced so bad product, yeah, very expensive, very inefficient, yeah, so that it could not have future indeed. So today this panel is called the outsourcing reset, yeah. For me, that means that the attitude developed from that time to now, from being seriously worried to panic. Yeah, so that means reset. That means we really accept the fact that it does not help. Yeah, all we apply does not help, and we should do something really, really different. Yeah, so that's for me it's a kind of panic. Yeah, just to show how confident I am about that in 2021, which is in memories of people like old good times we want to come back. I had a headcount in my companies like 300 people, and I was really unhappy. I was coming to my office, very nice and well established, and I was asking myself why I am doing this non-perspective shit, and how to go out of that. During 2 years, I've decreased, very intentionally the headcount in my companies, especially in outsourcing, which Exposit was equal from 300 people to like 40 today. Yeah, I'm shutting down the outsourcing business. Yeah, I do not believe that it has future at all. Opinion 2 years ago, it was based on quite grounded theory I've assembled that time, and it was before a match of AI. Yeah. So what's happening with AI, with LLM modules and so on? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's mind blowing. Yeah, I do not remember so fast and so serious change in the industry, in the society, during the last 27 years I'm in the industry. So it changes everything bottom up, and nobody of us can really imagine what's happening tomorrow. But one is the fact, that for example, the old good style of software development is end up now. Sorry for taking so much time. That's it. Yeah. Oh, nobody is screaming. Nobody is telling, okay, man, you are wrong and so on. No. So that means okay.
Dmitry, and we will pass questions to the audience.
Okay, so I will say that you are wrong. Okay.
Me too, actually. I'm happy with 300 people.
Yeah. So, but it's quite. Can you hear me? No.
Yeah.
The microphone is working. So, but I believe it's a question of terms. What do you call outsourcing? Yeah. So I think that outsourcing is like old-fashioned word. Nobody's liking it. So for instance, if I tell about our company, so we added elements of solutions, of products into our offering. We don't call it outsourcing anymore, and it works, right? So, and what Sergey said, actually, I'm a bit envious because you have a lot of automation using AI. We don't have so much. But it's true that automation truly helps, right? So, and why it helps? Because what is important is that when you're talking to a bigger company, the sales cycle is like 6, 12, 18 months sometimes, right? So what is important is that you differentiate yourself. This is the number one, how you can differentiate. You have a very, very deep expertise in a specific niche, like we did like 20 years ago on video, right? And you focus on it pretty much. And second, that you do understand, as Sergey mentioned, what a decision maker or an influencer on decision making really want in a bigger company, right? So sometimes it's not a solution. Sometimes it's not like an optimization. Sometimes they just want to show up in front of their bosses, right? So and the fear of missing out in the age of AI is like pretty regular. So like managers in bigger companies, they have problems allocating budgets because of the whole bureaucracy, slow decision-making process and stuff. And talking to us, they can show progress much quicker, especially when you invest in the very first stage into a relationship, like building prototypes and doing demos at early stages. And even before even talking to a person. And now with the help of automation, it became much cheaper. So we still do invest a lot into the pre-sale stage and at the early stages, but it becomes much cheaper with the automation.
Okay, like Sergey, would you like to add something like really quick because we're running out of time? But...
Yeah, I think that it's well, for engineers, for example, like me, I'm originally an engineer. It's a lot of fun in this business now. You can automate a lot with AI. You couldn't imagine before, like 2 years ago, even that you could do such fantastic things. So I think it's dependent on the view of the management and founder maybe, and the people inside the company about the culture, etc. So yeah, I don't think that we are planning to cut down, like Vasili said. We are happy with all our stuff, and it's not about headcount now. It's about solutions, so and about the services you provide. So we even don't ask such questions. Do we need more stuff or do we need less? So.
Okay, like thank you. We have like 3 minutes for questions from the audience. If you are like sell or buy software services, you're gonna be priority, like anyone. If not,
it's too early for questions. Too early for questions. People need coffee.
People need coffee, like it's expectable. Like then I have a question, like and. Please, like for like traditional outsourcing, custom software development company, what's the first things to change?
The label. I mean, the custom software development is what.
So it's not working like 30 years ago. It's not there
right.
anymore.
You should remove it from your website. So that's the first thing.
Okay, my first job was to get to the top 5 on this keyword, like 20 something years ago. So is the worst like behind us, or is more like disruption coming?
Much more.
Much more disruption.
In my opinion, yes.
But you are being optimistic, yeah?
I'm okay with it. It's fun.
And tools to solve them are increasing.
Increasing, like Vasili, Sergey, like
good old days are not going to come back. So hopefully there will be good new days, right? And in terms of outsourcing companies, I think I can add for previous speakers that EPAM doesn't like to be called an outsourcing company for a long time, and because it's also always often perceived that outsourcing is something that customers do not want to do. While software engineering companies like EPAM and hopefully colleagues on the stage already also, they're doing something that customers cannot do, which is extremely important differentiation. So from that perspective, this is something that other outsourcing companies needs to think of, I think, positioning and of course the value proposition.
Yeah. And,
okay.
10 seconds, please.
Yeah. So first of all, what all of us should do is to raise up the efficiency of the business. Yeah, and from my humble opinion and my personal experience, the cheapest way, the fastest way, the most effective way is to first of all shrink the costs. We have over costed business, and we have a lot of ways to shrink it down. Yeah, so that's first what we should do to survive. Yeah, so 10 seconds as I
yeah, like thank you very much for being here. Like, and, I think like we all see that rumors about outsourcing death is like a little bit exaggerated, and use AI heavily or it will kill you. Like I think it's short summarization. Thank you very much. Have a great day.